India is a nation with close to about 1.3 billion people. The latest UN report that was published in June of this year projects that in another 13 years or so, India will be close to about 1.5 billion people. The world's largest populated nation. With all of these, there are challenges, obviously, but with the challenges come opportunities. Significant challenges, significant opportunities to handle for this great nation of ours. Amongst these challenges and opportunities, there is one thing that is clearly that needs to be understood, that we do not probably give it as much importance. It is something that we take for granted. It is something that we have not given it the due recognition that it deserves. It's milk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's milk. India is the world's largest producer of milk, the largest producer of cattle. Yes, India is the world's largest producer of milk and the largest producer of cattle. At the same time, the yield per cow is significantly lower than the Western counterpart. There are several reasons for that. One is poor fodder management, poor animal sciences, dismal transportation and cold chain infrastructure facilities. A lot of this contribute to availability of milk to the demand that exists out there. On the demand side for milk in India, the situation is very, very buoyant. 20% of India's milk consumption needs today are still not being met, which is about 260 million people in India still do not get the milk they deserve at the time they need, leave alone good milk. I'll come to that very soon. With all this, we are faced with serious challenges when it comes to adulteration, when it comes to the quality of milk. There are several impediments to getting the right milk to the right people at the right time. As so many sectors have shown us, the answer for most of this has been innovation. Well, we may think, what is there to innovate in milk? Believe you and me, there is so much. And when it comes to innovation, whether it's the technology sector, or whether it is healthcare, or any other media, the answers have been truly found for these archaic, monolithic organizations by startups. So whether it's the Bay Area or whether it is Bangalore, it's the startup effervescence, it's the startup energy that has found solutions for huge problems. Very true to this fact, today we see the rise and dawn of milk startups in India. Try it when you go back home. Just Google milk startups. It's amazing to see the change that's happening. It's a great feeling that there are so many people who've been in technology, who've been in business management, who've been overseas, are all getting into milk startups. So ladies and gentlemen, milk has a mindset. Welcome to our journey from Manhattan to Masakal. A little bit about myself. So I've always been an entrepreneur core to my heart. Love building companies, succeeded in a few, failed in many, gone through the journey, but I just love building companies. I love starting companies, building companies, and I've also enjoyed senior leadership positions in many corporates. Have had the ability to set up companies in the US, in India, in UK, in Philippines, Brazil, and many other countries. And so creating something, creating organizations of value is something that's very close to my heart. Recently, in October of last year, a company that I've co-founded and was the chairman of the company, was a leading pharmaceutical services company that got acquired. And post-acquisition, I was really wondering what's next. So my wife and I, we live in Princeton, New Jersey, in the US. And my wife and I, we traveled around the world. We went to Israel, we went to Italy, we had a lot of fun things, but there was something missing in me, the joy of wanting to create something again. So during Thanksgiving of last year, during the holidays, after the holidays, I decided to come to India for a couple of weeks, and what was planned to be a couple of weeks turned out to be a few months, 3 months, due to some family emergencies. And that time, my mind was restless. I was constantly seeking what's next, what is it that I need to do. I wanted to be part of creating something again. And one fine day, what really happened was, I get a phone call from a venture development firm from Zurich, Switzerland. They called me and they said, congratulations on your acquisition. Are you keen on investing some money in a dairy business in India? I said, what? Milk? I didn't know anything about milk other than the glass of milk that my mom used to give me when I used to grow up. I said, milk? No way. I don't understand milk. I don't like milk, honestly. That's what I used to say because I was probably having poor milk. Now I love milk. That's a different situation, right? So then did some initial research, and the wow moment came one morning over a cup of coffee. I said, wow. Wow. Milk. Dairy in India. Outstanding. Outstanding. The prospects. The ability to make a difference. The ability to be purposeful. The ability to make change was amazing. I saw this amazing opportunity in milk and in dairy in India. This was it. I said, Prashanth, you've done it. You've done a technology startup. You've done pharmaceutical startups. You've done that, been there. This time it's got to be a milk startup. Let's do a milk startup. The decision was made. The what was there. The answers to the what was there. The next thing was the how. So I was just looking out. I knew the answers will come out by themselves. And I used to go to a restaurant in South Bangalore, in Koramangala actually, quite often in the evenings. And there I met this fine gentleman, Nivas, who's sitting right there, who's here, and met him. And he had similar ideas to do something in the dairy business. Minds met. We sat together, drew up a blueprint, met for coffee every morning in a coffee day, and decided, let's get going. Let's build this organization, a milk startup. Let's build a beautiful company around milk. And then, of course, Guru, who's been about 25 years in the US in technology, he joined us, and Ramesh, who's been in corporate banking and finance for about 35 years, got together. So 4 guys, we have 4 guys, one in pharmaceuticals, one in hospitality, one in technology, and one in banking, who didn't know anything about milk and dairy, got together and said, let's build this company around milk, around dairy. That is it. We got together, started, and put our minds together. And it was at that time that my wife and I, we went along with Nivas to a place called Kotagiri. I don't know if how many of you know Kotagiri. Kotagiri is the second Switzerland of the world. It's close to Ooty in the Nilgiris Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful place, blissful. Tea estates, waterfalls, the Badaga community. The Badaga community is the most beautiful community I've seen. So much of love, so much of affection, so much of kindness in people. They genuinely connect with you. When you connect, they connect back. There's so much of heart working with Badaga people. And then, of course, the whole atmosphere there itself, we went there and started trying to find out where we can set up our first dairy farm with cows. And that was on the top, and right down in the valleys was a place called Masakal. So we went to Masakal and then discovered this beautiful little place, a farm, where we can set up our first dairy venture. And after that, of course, it was going through scorching sun in South India and Karur and Tamil Nadu and other places, going and looking for the right cows, going and picking them up, welcoming them, brought the cows back to Masakal, to our farm, and then we were rejoicing, we were celebrating. Of course, in the midst of this quagmire of cow dung, cow urine, cow dysentery, and trying to solve all of these things about cows, which we completely did not understand. But at the same time, the joy of seeing purity coming out, purity being delivered, was just something that was amazing. So we were celebrating, we were enjoying. We said, wow, we are in business. We've got the first cow, we've got milk now, we know we can do some work. And then what happened was, while this passion and this joy was so much strong in us, at that time, we took a break and went for a strategy meeting to a beautiful place called Taishola, which is close to, again, in the Nilgiris. And there we had our first strategy meeting. And then we said, well, that is passion. And we continue with our passion no matter what. But is that our mission? Is this a scalable model that we are embarking on? What is our mission? Our mission is to deliver purity to billions of people across India. How are we going to scale? How are we going to find our answers to this when we want to really reach out to billions of people who deserve purity, who deserve freshness? Good milk is what we want to give to billions of people. And then we said, we need to have a different strategy. We need to have a scalable model. And it was at that time we thought of a HillMilk ecosystem partner program. So the name of our brand is HillMilk. Truly connected, right? Hills, purity, milk, and that's where we started. So it's HillMilk, that's the brand. And then we developed a HillMilk ecosystem partner program. The HillMilk ecosystem partner program is really about creating many more passionate people involved in what we've done in our first dairy setup. It's to create thousands and thousands of dairy entrepreneurs across the nation. Give them the right tools, give them the right ammunition, give them the right guidance, give them the right partnership, give them the right enablement. Not just say we'll buy milk from you, but it is to truly work towards a single purpose of delivering purity to your doorstep. Each time, every time. And what that requires is a tremendous amount of commitments to ethics, a tremendous amount of commitment to policies, and being able to walk the talk over there. Each time, every time. So we have full-time veterinarians in our group. We have full-time professionals, quality professionals. So we started partnering with several people. It could be a household person who's making the purest form of ghee in some remote part of South India, or the purest form of paneer in some part of Punjab. But let's work with them. Let's take that purity, make sure it is addressed properly, and reach it out to people. So we started embarking on a journey of creating dairy entrepreneurs. And ladies and gentlemen, very happy to report that we've been able to partner with several individuals who've already been either doing this and who've changed their practices for the better, or we've been in a position to encourage people from different parts of the society to become dairy entrepreneurs, to become milk entrepreneurs. The HillMilk Ecosystem Partnership Program is all about collectively creating wealth and spreading it across different sectors. I was very happy to hear that there are many more initiatives that people would like to suggest here. We'd be very happy to partner and ensure that it is for the betterment of many people. And what gives me the greatest joy is I do not miss a single opportunity to talk to an Uber driver or a restaurant waiter or a waitress and ask them questions. How did he get here to Bangalore? How did he get here to the city in the first place? They said, sir, I'm a farmer's son. I'm a farmer's daughter. I came to the city because I found no way out in my village. Our aspiration here is to help with due respects to what people do. With being a waiter, waitress, or a Uber driver, with due respects to their professionals. But I think their heart is in wanting to go back to their villages and to set up something there and to do something there. So the HillMilk Ecosystem Partner Program aspires to bring back people who've come to the cities back to their villages. It's almost like a reverse brain drain situation or whatever, skill drain situation. And the initial results have been extremely encouraging. We've had people reaching out to us and said, tell us how, we'll do the rest. So we're very happy that we've been in a position to create this ecosystem through the HillMilk Ecosystem Partner Program. And we've had not just people who've come to the cities, but we've also had NRIs, non-resident Indians who've gone either to Australia or Dubai or the US, who want to come back and set up their own dairy initiatives over here. So it's been a very gratifying experience for us till now. And the road ahead is long, but I'm sure, we're committed to that long road ahead. This is our story about how we put together a partnership program towards encouraging dairy entrepreneurship. As Mahatma Gandhi has once said, find your purpose and the means will follow. We remain committed. Thank you so much.